Namaste, everyone. Haven't really been on the group much in the last week or so. I've got a bit of a head cold, or I'm terribly allergic to my son's cat. We haven't figured out exactly which one it is, so I sound horrible. Anyway, so I didn't want to do any videos. What I want to show you today, though, is a variation of pigeon that you can do against a wall. This is more of the restorative style of pigeon, where you don't have to put a lot of gravity doesn't work against you, right? You're not fighting gravity or struggling with gravity trying to tug you a little deeper, or gravity wanting you to go deeper than you can go. So this is a nice way to do it that's restorative, easier, especially if you've got SI joint issues or knee issues. Far more relaxing. So you need a blanket, you need a wall. That's pretty much it. So the easiest way to do that is to get into the position where you're going to be close to the wall, but not as close as you could get if you were doing legs up the wall. So for legs up the wall, I can get my behind pretty close to the baseboard. Pull this blanket underneath my head. And so you're going to slide the feet down and check in. If this feels uncomfortable on the hips, if your knees splay out too far, if you can't keep the feet flat, you're going to scoot back a little bit more, okay? You want to kind of feel as though you're just a little bit in a chair that's a little too short. You can see my knees are kind of over the ribs, not necessarily over the hips at 90, with the knees at 90 degrees, okay? And I can get in a little closer. And you can start with the legs up. You start with crossing one foot over at the ankle and slide it down to the knee. Check in. How does the hip feel here? And then you start to slide the foot down. Now see, you've got this external rotation, you've got the flexion, and you can just hang out. Lovely. A couple of things you can do here. And notice if the hips come off the floor, you're stretching into the back. You don't want that, so maybe you'll scoot back a little bit so that you can get this movement into this position rather, without the movement in the hips up or down. Something else you can play with, and this depends on your hips, is get about a third of the way down. So this is not quite as deep. I'm going to take my hands and I'm just going to slowly press the thigh. I'm going to start up here at the knee, nice and easy. I'm really not pushing on the knee, I'm pushing on the inside of the thigh. And nice and easy. I'm not pushing so hard that I feel anything at all. I'm just loosening up the fascia, connective tissue. And I'm going to press all the way down into this crease right here, where the hip and the thigh kind of come together, right? And I'm going to hold my hand there, pushing that thigh away. See how it just pushes down? And then when I come in like this, the hip stays in that position. And it feels lovely. Very lovely, actually. You can stay here. Again, the closer you are to the wall, the more uncomfortable it can be, but also depends on your level of flexibility in the hips and the knees. You could get a little closer, all right? So I'm going to do it a little closer. Wiggle your little behindy up there. Get here and push. Once you get here and you're comfortable, you can let the hand go, or you can keep the hand here and brace the elbow just to let them keep the knee from falling back in. But if you just want to sit here and rest, that feels nice too. One more thing. You can take a strap, okay? And you get a nice big loop, and I'm going to wrap it around this thigh, right? Just like that. And we'll wrap it around this foot that's against the wall, okay? That's not enough. Let's do that. There we go. So all I'm going to do here is that strap is going to take the place of this hand. As I tighten it up, it's holding this leg. Does that make sense? Then I can let the arms relax, the shoulders can rest, and I can hang out right here. Get a nice release through piriformis. Right? And have a good time. You can stay here for as long as you want. 5 minutes, as long as things don't start to tighten up on you. Once you start to feel things tightening up, you need to come out of it, okay? And then you're going to come out of it, you're going to go back up, let that strap just hang. And you'll do the same thing on the other side. I'm going to scoot back quite a bit for this other hip, which does not have the same range of motion. I'm going to quickly go through it. Same thing, right? Wrap this strap around this right thigh. I'm going to bring this foot here. And nope, not close enough. Right about there, right? That's about the comfort zone for this hip. But if I could do this, I can stay here. Actually, I've got the strap. It used to be this way. There we go. So I can tighten this up, and then this thigh can stay here, right? Again, you can rock. If you don't have a strap, you can put this hand here, hold this crease. Or you can use the strap and hang out. Whatever works. Slide out when you're ready, 2 or 3 minutes. Maybe you do a little opposition. So if you get close enough to the wall, you can actually do Baddha Konasana from here, another opener, and it's similar to pigeon in that both legs are going at the same time. So Baddha Konasana, right? External rotation and flexion at the knees. And hang out. That feels really good after that. Of course, you can always do legs up the wall and enjoy. I'm going to hang out right here. I got a few minutes before class. What time is it? Yep, I got plenty of time. I'll see you in class.